Hey friends, welcome back and hello to you new people too. I'm Courtney. Before we jump into this little tutorial, please click that little subscribe button down below so you never miss talking about makeup and life with me. So today's tutorial is going to be featuring the Urban Decay Aphrodisiac palette. I just received this palette in the mail today. I did a demo and swatches, which that video will probably go up after this video so you can see the palette, but I wanted to put together a look with this palette. And I really kind of love how this turned out. No, I didn't use false lashes. No, I didn't use thick liner. I basically just tried to do this palette in a way that I think is very flattering for hooded eyes. When it comes to the colors, I used primarily the color right here, which is Addict, which is kind of like a burgundy wine color as the main color all over. And then I played with the shade Night Fever. And I used the deepest shade Whiplash to add a little bit of definition. So if you want to see how I got this look, just keep watching. Okay, so I'm going to do a very quick tutorial with the Aphrodisiac palette. I've already applied Urban Decay's Primer Potion and Milani's Prep Set Go Setting Powder to put my primer on and set it, because that's just what I typically do. I'm taking the color Addict, which is sort of like the wine burgundy berry color, what have you, and I'm going to apply it to my crease and the outer corner of my eye. I'm using the Real Techniques B04 brush. And honestly, I really love how this is blending out. This color looks so much better than when I applied it last time. I'm going to use Strobe Cosmetics Strawberry Milk, which is this pale pink color right here, as my transition color. And this is a Sigma E36 brush, which I'm just working in little circles around the edges. I'm using a little bit of that strawberry milk just along the bottom of the color here along my lower lid. And I'm going back to that brush that I used originally to apply Addict and just sort of blending more, specifically where the two colors meet. I'm going to put Night Fever on my lid, and Night Fever kind of almost makes me think it's like a peachy rose gold with pink. It's a really pretty complex neutral, and I thought it'd be really pretty like this with the burgundy wine color. Oh, and I spritzed my brush with just a little bit of Smashbox primer water just to make it a little damp. I applied it dry in my demo and it worked just fine, but since I'm going out tonight, I just figured I'd use it a little bit damp because that's typically what I do with the super sparkly shades that I want to last. And I'm going to put Night Fever at the inner lower lid and the inner corner of the eye. I'm using the color Whiplash, which is the deepest shade in the palette, and I'm going to contour the outer C, outer V, whatever you want to call this area of my eye. I'm using the Sigma E36 brush, which is perfect for hooded eyes like mine because it's tiny and easy to maneuver around the hoods in my eyes. I'm bringing the color down a little bit onto the outer corner of the lower lid too, and the outer corner of the lid. Basically just deepening this. And I'm blending it out with the B04 brush from Real Techniques. While you can certainly create neutral looks with this palette, I like that I can kind of do a bit of a sparkly glam rose gold berry look. I really like this, much better than I thought I was going to. I'm going to spritz my face with the Smashbox primer water and Soy Chill Coconut. This is my favorite. And then I'm going to take the Milk Makeup Blur Stick at the center of my face I basically like to take this and then rub it with my fingers to kind of like fill in my pores. I'm going to put on Tarte's Concealer in Porcelain Sand under my eyes. And I do just one side at a time. I'm kind of just highlighting the center of my face with this concealer too today, which I don't normally do. But since I'm not sure what foundation I'm gonna put on. Okay, so I basically just put concealer on the high points of my face. I'm gonna leave the cheek areas blank for blush, and I'm gonna put on some of my nudies, my nude sticks, tinted blur stick stuff. Because it gives a little bit of coverage. Like, it gives pretty much the perfect amount of coverage for my taste. Let me give it a little brush. And you don't have to apply it the way I do, which is with a brush. You can use your fingers. Wow. I kind of feel like by doing that, just like a little bit of concealer and then a little bit of the nude sticks, that my skin looks pretty good. And I'm applying Cargo Blush in Tonga. This is a really good color for fair skin like mine. I'm gonna do a tiny little bit of contour with Physicians Formula Plum Rose. Really just trying to add more definition to my cheeks. I'm going to put on Black Moon Cosmetics Catshark again, because this has been my addiction. And this is the Urban Decay Shapeshifter brush, I believe. I'm going to fill in my eyebrows just a tiny little bit with my ColourPop Jet Set Black Brow Pencil. And I use my Kat Von D Shade and Light Brush to highlight the eyes. I highlight under the outer part of the brow first. And then use the larger end to blend. I'm going to apply the Kat Von D Waterline Lash Liner to my upper waterline. And I have found that this works best if you put it on sparingly rather than too thick. So I don't know if I can stay in frame and put this on. Basically, I'm using my Q-tip to roll the eye back. All right, so now that I have that on, I'm going to curl my lashes and add mascara. And I'm going to put on Pure Lash Primer today. I'm trying out this Smashbox Super Fan Mascara. I'm going to line my lower waterline with Cover FX N-Xtra Light pencil. This is a concealer pencil that I love to use on my waterline. All right, I am going to spray more of this Smashbox primer water onto the sponge and basically pat this all over my face to help set my makeup. All right, I'm actually gonna apply Urban Decay's Lo-Fi Lip Mousse in Boom, which is my favorite color from the Lip Mousse collection. So that's what Boom looks like if I just apply it on its own, but I really like to use Hex pencil to do basically an outline around my lips. All right, so I'm gonna zoom you in so you can see my finished look. So I hope you enjoyed my tutorial with the Urban Decay Aphrodisiac palette. Please be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments below. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and share. I love it when you share my videos. It makes my day and it really helps me out. And if you haven't already, click that little subscribe button down below and I'll see you in my next video.